Alright, so for this haul video, we have a bunch of titles to go through, uh, spanning back to last Tuesday. So we have up first 50 First Dates on a standalone DVD. I specified a standalone DVD because I have another copy that's on the same disc as, I think, Big Daddy or something, another Adam Sandler movie. And then we have All Dogs Go to Heaven. That is the first one. I think there are two. Bible Man Genesis, Breaking the Bonds of Disobedience. This looked pretty interesting. I saw what looked like lightsabers on the back here, and so I was like, I wonder what that's about. And I watched it. It's super cheesy, super fun. I like cheesy fun stuff. And then I got a Girls Rule movie marathon of five movie collection that features Josie and the Pussycats, Honey, Blue Crush, The Perfect Man, and Head Over Heels. It says what the titles are on the back here as well. And so I just read them off from the back of the case there. I thought these looked pretty cool. And yeah, there we go. And then I got one that my dad said I should watch on loop, Confessions of a Shopaholic. I think that was a way of saying that when it comes to movies, I'm a shopaholic. So there you go. And then I initially thought this was a Blu-ray DVD combo pack, and then I looked at the DVD a little bit better, a little closer, and it was a digital copy only disc that didn't actually have anything on it. So just a Blu-ray of Couples Retreat. So that's cool. I watched that my original DVD copy not too long ago, and it was pretty funny. I enjoyed it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. 10 titles in under 3 minutes. I'm kind of going a little quick because there's a lot to go through. And then I got Easy A here. So there's a couple of names that I recognize on here from Marvel properties, and that is, of course, Emma Stone on the cover there. She was Gwen Stacy in the Amazing Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker Spider-Man, and Thomas Hayden Church was the Sandman in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, as well as No Way Home. And then another name I recognize is Amanda Bynes from the old Amanda Show and Drake and Josh stuff. She was in both of those, I believe. Then we got Enough, and it is a thriller. So I actually have this in the wrong stack here because I have two stacks that are just random titles. One that's thriller / horror type stuff, and then another one that is primarily Scooby-Doo, but has technically 3 DC titles and a Harry Potter movie in it. But we'll get to that in just a second. Up next, we have a slipcover version of The Golden Compass. I don't know if I've ever actually seen this or not, but I'm probably going to be checking it out soon because now I have 2 copies. And then I got the animated televised classic Dr. Seuss property of Green Eggs and Ham and Other Favorites. There we go. have How to Eat Fried Worms. And yeah, this movie's as nasty as the premise sounds. Eating worms is... I don't even want to think about eating worms. No, thank you. So here's what the back of the package looks like. This kid is actively eating a worm on the package. Or on the case, I should say. So that's nasty. Anyway. Yeah. And then I got a Michelle Pfeiffer and Paul Rudd movie called I Could Never Be Your Woman. Right here. I thought that I think this is kind of interesting because for one thing, they're both MCU actors from the Ant-Man franchise. We have Ant-Man himself and original Wasp. I say original Wasp because Hope Van Dyne is also the Wasp, but this is Hope Van Dyne's mother, Janet Van Dyne. So, yeah. Character names, you know. And then we have Ryan Reynolds, Amy Smart, Anna Faris, and Chris Klein in Just Friends, right here. Honestly, my main draw to this was Ryan Reynolds because he's a really funny actor. I like a lot of his stuff, including but not limited to Deadpool 1, Deadpool 2, and Free Guy. Those are the top three things I think of when I think of Ryan Reynolds. And the fourth one in that list of things that I automatically associate him with is X-Men Origins Wolverine, but not for the reasons that people would think. I like the part where he's like showing off with the swords and then cuts a bullet in half, killing two guys behind him or off to the side or whatever. That's the scene I think of when I think of Ryan Reynolds in that movie, even though I don't have a problem with that version of Deadpool at all. I think the heat vision and teleporting is amazing, and the claws worked for me as well, like the katana claws. That was cool. Then I got Oceans 12 and 13 on DVD here. I do have these movies before. If for those of you that have sat through all of my different collection update videos, you'll know I have these two, but I wanted to get updated copies and or actual or other official copies, I should say. And then let's see, we had up next, and the end of this first stack out of 4 stacks is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the animated classic Christmas movie here. Holiday Classics Collection right on the bottom there. We used to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer every year at my house on the VHS, and so I'm excited to check it out on DVD. Of course, I might wait until next Christmas season, so pretty much a whole year from now to watch it, but now I have the option to do that. Okay. After we get through these 4 stacks of movies, I have a new binder to show because I had to replace case number 3 because the zipper had fallen off completely. The part that you zip, like the zipper part that you hold on to and move along, that part fell off completely. Anyway, the next stack that we're going to be talking about has the following titles. And this still the same category, just the miscellaneous movies. We have Secret of Nim, and I need more space here, so I think I'm going to put these ones back over where I had them. Secret of Nim, and then we have Stardust. The reason I got Stardust is because it made me think of Rogue One, because Jyn Erso's nickname from her father was Stardust, and that's how they figured out what the Death Star plans were, what Project Stardust. So I know this doesn't have anything to do with Star Wars, but it made me think of Rogue One, and so there you go. There's my reasoning for that. And then we have Where the Wild Things Are. It's been so long since I've watched this, I don't even remember what it's about, honestly. I want to say the last time I watched this was probably like 2012 or 2013. So, yeah. And then we have The Year Without a Santa Claus Deluxe Edition right here. Yeah, it looks pretty interesting. Looks like a good story. For some reason, it is 125 minutes there. I think it must have a couple of extra stories on it or something, because my DVD Ultimate Edition of the classic Grinch cartoon had How the Grinch Stole Christmas and I think 3 other Grinch related short things, making it 85 minutes instead of the original 22 minutes of the How the Grinch Stole Christmas itself. So that's what I'm thinking will be the case here. Then we have just a Blu-ray of You Again. I knew when I got it, it was just the Blu-ray in it, because since I got it at the thrift shop, I checked to make sure the discs were in good shape. I've already sorted it, or well, pre-sorted the discs into my waiting room case, but it had this Blu-ray insert thing on this side with no disc, and the Blu-ray was right here. But I'm okay with that, like I said, because I knew that it's not like it was still factory sealed with only the Blu-ray in there, so it's fine. And then something I started watching last night, and it's pretty funny, is You, Me, and Dupree. Of course, it has Owen Wilson, and he's a very funny character actor guy. So that was my draw to this, was seeing that Owen Wilson was in there. And I started it last night, and my goodness, it is funny. I've been laughing quite a bit with that one. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna set these here. Set those here, and hope that it makes it so it stays. So this one is actually 4 different sections all in one. So let's see. The ones that are going to be getting sorted into a rated R shelf, even though one of them technically isn't R, but it's part of an R-rated franchise, is Live Free or Die Hard on Blu-ray. That's the one that it is PG-13 in an R-rated franchise, so I have the case for it with my R ratings. With this one, I'll just switch out the DVD case and put this right in its place so it doesn't mess up my order at all. And of course, it'll be under D for Die Hard because it's Die Hard 4. And then I got 2 1960s Clint Eastwood westerns here. The first one is from 1966, and the second one is from 1968. The one from 66 is The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, right here, and the one from 68 is Hang 'em High. I've not seen either of these previously, so these will be fun little first-time views for me when I get around to watching them, that is. And then let's see, which stack do I want to do next? I'll do the DC Comics next. DC Comics one next. On Tuesday, I got a Blu-ray double feature of Red and Red 2. These are based on DC Comics, but they are not superhero stories. However, great movies. Lots of humor, lots of action. If you haven't watched these, either recently or period at all, like never seen them at all, do it. Do it. Watch the Red duology. That's what I call 2-movie franchises, is a duology, because it's not a trilogy. That would be 3. So watch these. So good. And then one of the movies I got today in the mail from Amazon is a 4K Blu-ray combo of Catwoman Hunted. It is not the 4K Steelbook that I was trying to get, or trying to track down. The case underneath is the same as the slipcover, but it is Region 1, unlike my DVD of it. So I'm probably going to be watching this tonight, and I'm super excited to check it out because it looks so good. The last of the miscellaneous pile mixed in with these Scooby-Doo titles here is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban on 4K Blu-ray combo. I think I may have underestimated how many slots I'm going to need to sort this one in, because I want to say I left 2 spaces open when I should have left 3, because there is a 4K disc here, and then a Blu-ray and Blu-ray special features disc. So I think I had forgotten to leave a space for the Blu-ray special feature disc. Hopefully I didn't, but we'll see. But I was very excited when those 2 4Ks came in. And then the rest of the stack here, we have Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School on a double feature with Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire right there. They were on the same disc as well, I believe. Yeah. So same disc, but I'm okay with that because it's less space to take up. So here we go. And then I got Scooby-Doo's Original Mysteries. This contains, I mean, the disc isn't in here currently, but it contains the first 5 episodes ever created for Scooby-Doo. So it'll be kind of cool to see, just for comparison's sake, to something newer, like, say, Legend of the Vampire or something. It'll be interesting to see the animation style changes between these first 5 and newer Scooby-Doo material. Yeah, I look forward to checking those out. And then I got Scooby-Doo 13 Spooky Tales, Run for Your Rife, because that's what Scooby would say, rife instead of life. And this one has 2 discs, and the episodes are listed on the back in this little section here. Can't really tell what those say, but maybe now you can. I don't know. But it says Scooby-Doo and the Spooky Scarecrow, all new original 22-minute episode. Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf? A Gaggle of Galloping Ghosts. That's alliteration right there. Which Witch is Which? More alliteration. A Tiki Scare is No Fair. Rhyming there. Scared a Lot in Camelot. Hang in There, Scooby-Doo on disc 1. And then disc 2 has Snow Job Too Small, The Stony Glare, Scooby-Doo and a Mummy 2, A Scooby-Doo Halloween, Scoobra Kadubra, I'm guessing that has something to do with a magician of some sort. And Scooby in Quackyland? Something like that. I probably butchered some of the pronunciations on those, but there you go. And then we have a 2-episode Safari collection of What's New Scooby-Doo episodes with So Fari, So Goody. And It's Mean, It's Green, It's the Mystery Machine. And then the last of the Scooby-Doo titles that I got, or I guess I could technically say these are Warner Bros. Properties. Warner Bros. And 20th Century Fox. So the last of the Warner Bros. / 20th Century Fox properties is Scooby-Doo WrestleMania Mystery, right here. Yeah, I know next to nothing about WWE, so what I know about WWE could come from this. Yeah. So I'm gonna set these off to the side now, like I did the previous stack, and the last stack is the horror / thrillers, and we'll get into those right now with Casper Meets Wendy. This is one I watched a lot growing up, and therefore I think this is the definitive Casper movie, Casper the Friendly Ghost movie. And yeah, Wendy looks like she's pulling a Little Red Riding Hood there, just because of the red hooded outfit she has on. And then last Tuesday, along with the red 2-pack, I also got Child's Play 2019 on Blu-ray. 2019, is that right? Yes. So this is the remake version, which in my mind implies multiverse. In this, Chucky is in kind of like more of an animatronic toy instead of a possessed, otherwise inanimate doll. And he's voiced by Mark Hamill this time, so that is cool in and of itself. So yeah, Mark Hamill is the voice of Chucky. Nice. Then I got Monster Movie Mix, Alien Threat, 12 movies. And on the back of the pack it says Monster Movie Mix, Deadly Attack. All 12 titles were on the same disc, so I'm not sure. I think some of them must have been kind of shorter, because before I got this I didn't know you could fit 7 hours and 39 minutes on a single DVD disc, because that is the runtime of all of these 12 movies combined, is 7 hours. Some of them are like 20 or 30 minutes or so, but I decided to put this one under F because one of them is Flash Gordon something or other, so I'm going to be putting it under F for Flash Gordon. And then this next one was still wrapped in the cellophane, and I watched it Friday night after. It was the first one of these bunch that I've watched. I've since watched this one, Bible Man, and started watching Yumi and Dupree. But that is Unborn. It was still wrapped in cellophane, like I said, and it's a really good PG-13 horror movie. And it has some really creepy mythology built into it, and it has Gary Oldman from the Dark Knight trilogy, as well as some of the Harry Potter movies and such in there. He plays kind of I think like a Catholic priest or something like that. And there are a few good jump scares in here, and it features both the theatrical and an unrated cut. I watched the theatrical. I haven't watched the unrated one yet, but unrated cut, too shocking for theaters is what it says. So that is pretty cool. creepy movie, but I liked it. So, and then I got the Ultimate Vampire Collection 10 movie set. It also says Advantage Collection at the top here, and the titles are listed on the back, so I'll go ahead and read those off right now. The first title here is Vampire Stakes. Stakes is spelled Stakes. And then we have Vulture's Eye, Abomination, The Rites of Dracula, or Satanic Rites of Dracula. One of my copies just says The Rites of Dracula, and the other two, I think the other 2 or 3 have Satanic Rites on there, not just rites. And then Title 5 is The Darkness. Title 6, Fangs of the Living Dead. Number 7 here is Project Vampire. Blood Slaves of the Vampire Wolf. That sounds intriguing, not gonna lie. And then Lord of the Vampires, and the last one on here is The Werewolf versus Vampire Woman. It has individual run times for each of them on here. These were 2 to a disc, double-sided discs. So yeah, there is that. It's one of those thicker cases there, as opposed to something like this. It's about double the thickness. And inside it had this sort of a thing for the discs, so that's cool. But the last title to show in this haul video is one called White Noise. It has Michael Keaton in it, and that's the only name I recognize on the back of here is Michael Keaton. So for me, I mean, just this subtext here where it says the line separating the living from the dead has been crossed right there. Just that got me interested, and when I saw Michael Keaton's name above the title, right up here, Michael Keaton, it got me even more excited about this particular title. So, and once again, like Unborn, it is a PG-13 horror, and those are not very common, because they're either not rated or rated R for horror usually, with a few other exceptions that are kind of horror-esque. What I mean by horror-esque is, technically, since the Ghostbuster franchise deals with ghosts, I would consider that to be kind of horror-esque, because ghosts are supposed to be creepy, but it's done in such a comedic and funny way that it's not really horror at all. It's just what I'd call either family horror or comedic horror. And one of these vampire movies, Fangs of the Living Dead, is PG. That's even more rare for R ratings. And then Casper Meets Wendy is PG as well. Yeah, the back of the case for the Alien and Monster movie thing says not rated, but I think the titles themselves on the discs had ratings notated on them. So that is, as far as titles are concerned, that is my entire haul. I now, after I do the adding for the number of discs and the number of titles for the Harry Potter and Catwoman things that came today, I think the number of titles that I have would be up to 5,203, because I ended up having to adjust it for the Couples Retreat misinterpretation there. With the digital copy disc, I thought it was an actual DVD disc, and at first, and I was like, wait a minute, this is digital copy only. So I threw away that disc because I don't have a use for something like that, or don't have a way of unlocking the content on it. So yeah, it would be 2020 or 5204 if that wasn't the case. But yeah, the last thing that I want to show in this video, I know there's a couple of things from my Christmas haul that I still haven't gotten around to showing, and that is my bearskin hoodie. Very, very warm. I love that so much. And a pair of Loki socks, like the MCU Loki, although it looks more like a cartoon Loki, but that Loki. But I only know where one of those socks is right now. I think I think they're both up in my old room. But I only know where one of them is. I set it aside for when I find the other one. But yeah. So the last thing I have to show is an updated case number 3, because like I said, the zipper fell off of my existing case number 3. So I replaced it and got a brighter red case than case number 1 is. Case number 1 is more of a maroon, where this is a bit of a brighter red. One of these days I'll do a video where in the video I compare the two reds. But I think the most apt comparison I can make for the case number 1 color-wise is kind of like the color Superman's cape is in Superman Returns, starring Brandon Routh. How it was kind of more of a maroon color, whereas this is more of a lighter red. So there you go. That is my haul video. There was a lot to get through. Obviously, I've been talking for, the timer's still kind of counting up, 32 minutes and 20 plus seconds. So yeah, by the time I hit the stop button here in a second, it will be at least 32 minutes and 40 seconds. So there you go. Have a great rest of your night, and keep talking movies and Lego too much if you don't mind. It's a fair challenge, I suppose.